Everyone's talking about Thor being the sexiest man alive. Of course, the Purple Man is shut out again.
This is what makes people supervillains.
Meanwhile, we're talking about the top 3 comic books to be thankful for. This holiday season... Wait, is that Christmas music?
Christmas music?
Shut it off.
No!
Shut it off.
No!
Turn it off.
I can't turn it off!
Just turn it off! Turn it off! Oh my God, make it stop! My ears are gonna blink! Welcome to Meanwhile, the show that introduces you to the world of comics and connects it to the shows and games you already know and love. My name's Nathan Faudre. Let's get started. It's Thanksgiving. It's Turkey Day. It's gorge yourself into a food coma and then read comic books day.
Yes!
It's prep yourself for Black Friday Day. And it's time to reflect on all things that we are grateful for. So, what comics am I grateful for? I'm glad you asked so incoherently. These are the top 3 comic books that I'm thankful for. Number 3, Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. Published in September of 1986 and running through October of 1987, this 12-issue limited series marked the growing up of the comic book. For the first time, a superhero story could be considered actual literature. Seriously, it's on college reading lists. That's how I convinced my mom to buy it for me. It's set in an alternate history where during the 80s, President Richard Nixon is still in office for his 3rd term, and superheroes have been outlawed. This series explores some of the real historical implications of having these comic book characters around. The story follows one group of heroes getting together years after they've retired to solve the murder of one of their own. Over the course of their investigation, they find a larger plot at work and must once again try to save the world. I am thankful for this book because the story is epic, darkly literate, and profound, and it cements comics as more than just a child's medium. Finally, something I like has some sort of legitimacy.
That's rare. JK, our entire show is based off of what you like.
Oh, we are so screwed. Is that what we're doing? Oh my God. Number 2, Marvels by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross. Published in 1994, this 4-issue limited series takes a look at the history of the Marvel Universe from the point of view of the common man. The story follows Phil Sheldon, a photojournalist who witnesses the rise of these Marvels in 1939 and follows his life through 1979 as he chronicles the entire history of these superheroes. It's a moving story filled with nostalgia, and coupled with Alex Ross's photorealistic art, it really shows the wonder and stunning beauty of living in a world where costumed heroes routinely face off against larger-than-life odds. I'm thankful for this book because of the nostalgic look back at the origin of Marvel. It really takes a beautiful and hopeful look at comics, and it's the perfect antidote to the grim and gritty comics that came before it. I may have cried a couple times.
A lot of times.
Reading it. Okay, a lot. Not a lot. Number 1, The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Turns out, 1986 was a great year for comics. And for me. No, not really. Yeah.
Why?
I had glasses, I had braces, I wore corduroy pants, my mom cut my hair. I mean, no good can come of that. Coming mere months before the release of Watchmen, this story was hard proof that comics had grown up. Inspired by the Dirty Harry movie Sudden Impact, Dark Knight Returns begins with an aging Bruce Wayne who has long since retired from being Batman after the United States government outlaws superheroes. Again.
What the?
I know. Unfortunately, retired life does not suit him or the city that he once protected. Gotham has spiraled out of control with moral decay, violent gangs running rampant, and the return of some supervillains to save his city and himself deep. Batman comes out of retirement. He begins to make a name for himself again on the streets of Gotham, and he begins to attract unwanted attention from the government that tried to eliminate him years ago. I am thankful for this book because it is hardcore, violent, and with adult themes and content. And it's also the basis for the upcoming movie Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It was also proof that I could hold in my hands that the intelligent storytelling in Batman that Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams had begun in the late 1970s was growing towards something amazing. It was the beginning of what is known as the Iron Age of comics, and it saw many attempts at imitation with numerous characters becoming grim and gritty. Pretty much wasn't until our number 2 pick, Marvels, came out in 1994 that this trend even started to change. Now that you're stuffed with the comics that I'm thankful for, be sure to subscribe so that you know when next Thursday comes around, you won't miss the next episode of Meanwhile. And be sure to leave any comments that you're thankful for in the comments section below. Meanwhile, the gang here at Meanwhile wants to wish you a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
What are they gonna do that's unsafe? I don't understand.
Juggle machetes. Meanwhile, the thing that I'm most grateful for is that I'm not a turkey. Meanwhile, what I'm thankful for, right here.
Happy Thanksgiving!